Welcome to Simon Field on the campus of DC Everest High School. It is a glorious Wednesday afternoon for baseball. We're in the 60s, a little bit of wind that's blowing out to right field. I'm Chris Conley, and look at that, we've got a good game in front of us too. First place DC Everest on a 7-game winning streak takes on second place Wisconsin Rapids. Evergreens are 4-0 in conference play. Rapids is 3-1, and look at that, both teams throw their best pitchers today. Cole O'Brien, when last seen for the Evergreens, struck out 16. He was in a different world against Wausau East. Brett Simonson has not allowed a run in his 2 conference starts, wins over Wausau East and Spash. We'll set up our starting lineups when we come right back. Pregame brought to you by Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, providing dependable vehicle repair, service, and tires for 22 years. A 3-year nationwide warranty, free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. Auto Select, Schofield Avenue in Weston, Highway 10 East, and Church Street in Stephen Point. First place versus second place. Lineups when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Find auto repairs, brakes, tires, and oil changes all in one place at Auto Select in Weston. At Auto Select, you can expect dependable automotive repair from the experts you can trust will exceed your expectations. Auto repair has never been so comfortable with a spacious, clean waiting room with refreshments along with shuttle service and loaner vehicles for your convenience. And ask about their 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty. For your next auto repair or maintenance, bring your vehicle to Auto Select on Schofield Avenue in Weston. In Stevens Point and Plover, at Auto Select, you're good to go.
Batting orders and starting lineups. First for the visiting Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. Shortstop Landon Freeman leads off. Right fielder Gage Honeyacre bats second. Pitcher Brett Simonson will hit for himself and will bat third. Ethan Dillingham is the second baseman fourth. Jordan Seligowski's in center field fifth. Jarrett Seligowski's at third base batting sixth. Eli Graff at first base seventh. Silas Conkrite will be the catcher 8th, and Justin Tibbetts in left field 9th. Again for the visiting Red Raiders, Freeman, Honeyacre, Simonson, Dillingham, Jordan Seligowski, Jarrett Seligowski, Graff, Conkrite, and Tibbetts. Evergreens are in their home white with green numerals. Their batting order, third baseman Nevin Poppy will lead off for Everest. Ty Rohde's in center field, batting second. Cole Van Slyke, catcher, bats third. Jack Dvorak is in the cleanup spot. He'll play right field. Designated hitter Carter Miller will hit for the pitcher Cole O'Brien. Miller will bat fifth. Aiden Hopt, first baseman, will bat sixth. Logan George is the second baseman. He'll bat seventh. George Jablonski, shortstop, eighth. And Brennan Hochberger is in center field, batting ninth. For the homestanding Evergreens, Poppy, Rohde, Van Slyke, Dvorak, Miller, Hopt, George, Jablonski, and Hochberger. This game was originally scheduled for yesterday. Simon Field simply couldn't handle all the rain. We have dried out nicely because it's been windy too, so that's kind of helped the cause. That and several bags of Diamond Dry have done the trick. Let's go out to field level for our national anthem.
Place your hand over your heart and join in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
The Stars have aligned for today's game. First and second place teams, both teams throw their best pitchers. Everest and Rapids, first pitch when we come back from Simon Field on Zaleski Sports.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Conley. This is kind of an acid test game for the Evergreens. They've won 7 in a row. But I think tonight's opponent, Wisconsin Rapids, may be the toughest team they've faced so far. In conference, the Evergreens have season sweeps against Marshfield and Wausau East. Wisconsin Rapids served notice that they're really good when they beat Smash, while the Evergreens were beating up on the Lumberjacks. Rapids came away with a 6-0 win over Stevens Point. That turned into a season sweep. The next day, Smash got them 10-0. The winning pitcher in that Smash game was Brett Simonson, today's hurler for Wisconsin Rapids. The Evergreens throw Cole O'Brien, their number 1. While O'Brien takes his warm-up tosses, here's the defense behind him. In the outfield, left to right, Brendan Hochberger, Ty Rohde, and Jack Dvorak. The Everest infield, Nevin Poppy at third base, George Jablonski the shortstop. Logan George is at second base, and Aiden Haupt is the first baseman. Evergreen's battery, Cole Van Slyke, will receive the pitches from Cole O'Brien. Baseball is brought to you by Axis Insurance. For all your personal, business, auto, and life insurance needs, there's always a local agent you can look to at Axis Insurance. Learn more at AxisInsurance.net. Axis Insurance Agency, their business revolves around you. Everest fans, Rapids fans too, glad you're along for our Zaleski Sports broadcast. Landon Freeman is in, and Cole O'Brien's ready to work. Starts him off with an inside corner fastball. Strike 1 to the left-handed bat. Again, when last seen, Cole O'Brien was just in another world over at Wausau Eastfield. Struck out 18, walked none. So his control that day was masterful. Line drive down the left field line. That's hooking and will be fouled in the corner. No balls and 2 strikes. I mean, you could just tell from the second or third inning on that East wasn't going to be able to do anything against Cole O'Brien. They did touch him up for 2 earned runs. The Evergreens swept their season series against the Lumberjacks. Waiting on an 0-2 pitch. Up high, reached back for something extra and overthrew. A ball and 2 strikes. I see that Wausau East got back on the winning track yesterday. They played their game against Wausau West and beat their crosstown rivals. One ball, 2 strikes, just underway. Curve stays up high, 2-2. Again, in his last start, Cole O'Brien was just super efficient. 80% of his pitches he threw for strikes in that game. Kept his pitch count low, allowed him to have a complete game win. Two-two pitch. Bouncer to the right side. Second baseman Logan George is in, hustles over to first base, got him by a step. Now the ball is loose. The runner and the throw arrive there just about at the same time. Error on the throw or an error on the first baseman? On the throw.
Batting second in right field. 12.
Gage Honeyyeager will hit. Another left-handed bat for Rapids. So the Evergreens open up with an error here in the visitors' first. Looking to bunt the runner over. He offered that strike one. Maybe today's game will be simple. Which pitcher blinks first? Average lead at first base. Runners thinking about going, hitting runs on it. It's popped up on the infield. Jablonski, the shortstop, couple of steps onto the outfield grass and makes the catch. Honeyacre does not advance the runner, and there's the first out.
Pitcher number 8, Brett Simonson.
Opposing pitcher takes his turn against Cole O'Brien. Here's Brett Simonson, another lefty bat. 3 from the left side to open up the Rapids lineup. Throw over to first, runners back. Baseball sponsored by Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, windows built to last, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Infinity Exteriors, we guarantee quality you can trust. Big lead at first base. There's a strike. These teams play again tomorrow. They'll be down at Wisconsin Rapids at that beautiful baseball and softball complex they have there. Right behind the football field. There is no better in Wisconsin Valley Conference play. Off the fists and foul back. Simonson's down, no balls and 2 strikes. I see tomorrow's game is a Zaleski Sports game. Super Stevie Mabes will be on the mic for that. Our Zaleski Sports masterminds have decided they could not serve me up to Wisconsin Rapids fans for 2 games in a row. There'd be a mutiny. Throw over to first, runner is back. Truth is, around these microphones, I mean, we appreciate good sports wherever we see it. And Rapids and Everest, at least right now, the thinking is these are the best teams in the conference. So they'll be locked in battle this afternoon. Landon Freeman's the runner there at first base. He's on via a throwing error. Runner not going, laid off the high hard one. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Again, when we last saw Cole O'Brien, he was ahead of every batter that he faced. Didn't walk anyone. The free pass here in this inning, it's on the defense, not on the pitcher. Down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Cole O'Brien wins that battle against Brett Simonson. The strikeout is the second out of the inning. Ethan Dillingham will hit.
Ethan Dillingham.
Finally, someone from the right side. Dillingham wears the high sanitaries like he was ready for flood conditions yesterday. Outside, ball 1. I remember before they put in the new synthetic fields over at Rapids, Everest and Rapids used to play down there at Witter Field. Witter Field has the look and feel of a minor league ballpark. It's the home of the River Rafters in Wisconsin Rapids in the Northwoods League. For years, Everest and Rapids opened up against each other in the Valley part of the baseball schedule. We had several Witter Field games where they ran the statewide tornado alert in the late afternoon. The tornado sirens in Wisconsin Rapids are right behind center field. They go off in the middle of the game. There was nothing to do but stop. They were just blaring loud. You couldn't play through that. This is outside, 3 balls and no strikes here. All right, that's the most generous strike 1 ever. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners going. Outside, throw down to second, throws in time, but it's one hopped. It's a stolen base for Landon Freeman. So now with the count 3 balls and 1 strike, Rapids has moved a man into scoring position with 2 outs. Ethan Dillingham's looking to pick him up. Two outs, 3-1 pitch coming. A little bit low, ball 4. So that's a rare Cole O'Brien walk, and now there are runners at first and second. Jordan Seligowski to hit.
Center fielder, number 4, Jordan Seligowski.
I'm not sure if it's Jordan or his brother Jarrett on deck, but one of the two will be pitching tomorrow. Two out, 2 on. Checked his swing. Well, that's a ball, but that was closer than the strike in the last sequence. 1 ball, no strikes. Evergreen's likely to send Carter Miller to the mound tomorrow. Carter is DHing today. Lowe gets away from the catcher. Everyone will advance. Was down low off the catcher's shin top, so that's got to be a wild pitch. That wasn't a good pitch at all. So now Cole O'Brien's navigating a little base traffic. He's behind in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Runners are on second and third. Again, with both teams number 1s, you would love to play from in front on an afternoon like that. Rapids needs a hit or something. Fouled away, 2-1. So this start is a little bit different than how we saw Cole O'Brien last week over at Wausau East. Laboring a little bit more through the first inning. At least for now, his control not quite as good. He'll settle down. 2-1 pitch. On the outside corner, 2-2. So Cole O'Brien is 1 pitch away from slamming the door shut. With runners on via an error and a walk, and advancing up 90 feet, both of them on a wild pitch. 2-2 here. Swing and a miss. Cole O'Brien challenges and gets out of the inning. 2 of the outs coming via strikeout. Rapids leaves 2 in scoring position, but unable to break through.
No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2.
Red Raiders nothing. Evergreen's coming up when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time second and third shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
We're back at Simon Field. Evergreen's coming up for the bottom of the first inning. While righty Brett Simonson takes his warm-up tosses, here are the defenders behind him. In left field for the Red Raiders, Justin Tibbetts. Jordan Seligowski is in center. Gage Honeyacres in right field. Rapids infield, Jarrett Seligowski's at third base. Landon Freeman's the shortstop. Ethan Dillingham at second. Eli Groff at first base. Silas Cronkrite is catching, and Brett Simonson's just about ready to go.
Leading off for the Evergreens in the bottom of the first inning, number 9, third baseman, Nevin Poppy.
We talked a little more about Witter Field, which had been the home of Rapids baseball for many years. I know back when I was doing the games on the radio, I'm there at the ballpark where pregame, taking the infield, and just a random thing from Everest coach Dave Langbett. He says, I hate coming here. He says, something weird always happens in every one of these games. I said, I didn't get that at all. But, of course, he'd been going to Witter Field much, much longer than I had. Again, Witter Field's got the feel of a minor league ballpark with a press box on top of the grandstand. Makes me feel like a real announcer. Nevin Poppy hits behind the bag at second. Throw is low, dug out. Nevin Poppy hit that on the button but has nothing to show for it. Ethan Dillingham with a nice play behind the bag. One thing that I remember about Witter Field, again, we're up high in the press box. There was one time that they tried to resod the infield during the off-season, and it was different types of grass. The grass on the first base side of the pitcher's mound was just a different shade, a different type of grass than the grass on the third base side. And it was just very obvious from up high and above. Ty Rohde hits with one out and nobody on. Outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Should I share the now famous, often told bug story at Witter Field? We did a game there. This is foul back, a ball and 2 strikes. It was the very first game of the season. So the press box and the field itself had been all locked up for the entire winter. It was kind of a warm afternoon for early in the season, and as they turned the lights on in the press box, hundreds of bugs and flies that had been camped out in the lights all winter have suddenly come to life. This is tapped foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. So by the end of the game, there is a swarm of bugs that's swirling right around my head. And as I was leaving, I spoke to someone from the River Rafters, because again, they're setting up the press box for their Northwoods League baseball season. I said, you should really have this place fumigated. So we're down there a year later, and they obviously took my advice that in the press box it smells like the Orkin man had come by. This is a swing and a miss. Ty Rohde is down on strikes, 2 outs and none on. So you can tell this is great. They've had the press box fumigated. And as we opened up the window, hundreds of dead bugs fell down on top of my head. All of the bugs that had been killed from the year, they all came to, hundreds of thousands of them came down. So that's 2 seasons of battling the bugs at the old Witter Field. Here's Cole Van Slyke, number 3 hitter, 2 outs and none on for the Evergreens. Of course, Witter Field is no longer a stop anymore. Maybe at some point the American Legion tournament will show up there. But again, I think Rapids Legion plays at the baseball complex on campus at Wisconsin Rapids. The facilities down there in Wisconsin Rapids these days are absolutely fabulous. Got great sight lines from the press box. Field itself is immaculate. This is hit on the ground to the right side. Kind of a tricky hop for Ethan Dillingham, the second baseman, and the throw gets away. No out recorded. It's an infield hit. The first baseman, Eli Groff, strayed off the bag to try and make a play on that ball, thinking that he was going to have to field it. And late covering at first base gives Cole Van Slyke a 2-out infield hit. Jack Dvorak to hit. 2 outs and a base runner for the Evergreens. Outside, ball 1. So you know what, again, I mean, here we are only in the first inning. Who the heck knows how this game is going to unfold? But could it be the team that makes a critical mistake? Evergreens had an error in the first inning. Runner got all the way to third base. Rapids couldn't cash him in. Evergreens here, now that's an infield hit that puts Cole Van Slyke over at first base, but that sure is a mental error. Here in the midway part of the season, pitcher, first baseman, and second baseman have to be all on the same page for a play like that.
Courtesy runner number 27, Ryan Schultz.
Evergreens bring out a courtesy runner here. Ryan Schultz will courtesy run. Should the inning end, Cole Van Slyke will have a little more time to get the catcher's gear on. Yeah, maybe that's what this game comes down to. Maybe it's not a matter of hits. Maybe it's a matter of who limits the mistakes. The Evergreens, I know, are a better defensive team than we've seen in recent years. Lays off the cutter and it bounces low. 2 balls and a strike. Jack Dvorak at the plate is a little bit of a hacker. He gets his money's worth, takes big swings, but a lot of line drives come off his bat too. When he makes contact, watch out. There you go, to right field, a hit. First and second, got 2 on. See? If they could only hear your friendly announcer up here, everything would go according to script.
Designated hitter, number 33, Carter Miller.
Here comes Carter Miller in the RBI spot with runners on first and second. Needs something to the outfield from Carter in this spot. 2 outs, and both teams will have had scoring opportunities here in the first inning. A little bit outside, ball 1. Didn't miss by much. So Brett Simonson, just like Cole O'Brien, both pitchers having to navigate a little base running traffic here in the first inning. Turns away, but that's on the inside corner, 1-1. Carter's got to hang in there and try and do something with that. That's right at the knees, too, in just about the same spot. A ball and 2 strikes. So the count tilts to the pitcher's favor here. We're brought to you by J&D Tube Benders, founded in 1968 in the Felch family ever since. A locally owned manufacturer specializing in tube bending, welding, and cutting. Bounced off the plate. This ball is in play. Throw over to first base. Got him. The Evergreens leave 2 on. Find and join the J&D Tube Bending team in the Schofield Industrial Park or at jdtubebending.com. 1 inning complete. There's no score. We'll be back in a moment on Zaleski Sports.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're gonna get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
Welcome back to Simon Field. Top of the second is on. Maybe this means nothing, but while Cole O'Brien was taking his warm-up pitches, he bounced one off the plate and hit catcher Cole Van Slyke in the right shoulder. Cole got up out of his stance and tried to rub at least or see if he was okay, just where his chest protector comes out to the shoulder blade. Cole's taken a few more pitches since then. Looks like he's no worse for wear. It's Cole to Cole. It's Cole O'Brien, who I think got dinged by the warm-up pitch that bounced off the plate. I just kind of stretched out both his arms a moment ago there. Throw down to second looked no worse for wear.
Second inning, third baseman, number 18, Jarrett Seligowski.
Baseball today is brought to you by the Peterson Kramer Funeral Home. Thank you, Peterson Kramer Funeral Home, for making our high school sports coverage possible. 6, 7, and 8 for Rapids to hit. Here's Jarrett Seligowski to start things off. This is my first time seeing Rapids, but Jarrett just looks dangerous at the plate. First ball swinging to George Jablonski, the Everest shortstop. Throws across the diamond, got the out. I owe George Jablonski an apology from the last game, a win at Everest over Walsall East. George Jablonski made the final, retired the final East batter. Behind the bag at second, it was a nice play. I thought it was second baseman Logan George. Jablonski was a defensive star in that Everest win over Walsall East, a 5-3 victory. Eli Groff takes inside, ball one. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. All of the Rapids athletic teams have simple uniforms. Their colors are red, Red Raiders, and white. So you got 2 colors to work with, and they always look good. Hit on the ground to third. Backhand play for Nevin Poppy. Crossed the diamond, got him. No problems for Nevin. 2 up, 2 down. So Cole O'Brien looks a little more comfortable here in the top of the second.
Number 10.
Silas Concrete to hit. The Evergreens, because it's white, green, and yellow, have a few more color combinations to work with. And some of the Everest teams have been wearing black for their color uniforms. The Everest football team road look, white tops, white pants, I thought was a tremendous look. Looked like the Joe Namath era of the New York Jets. Of course, look good, play good, right? Just inside, 2 balls, no strikes. There's some English teacher saying, Chris, look good, play well. Okay. 2 balls and no strikes, nobody on for Silas. Swung at what was probably ball 3 at the letters or maybe a little higher. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's the one you got to lay off. Innovative Health says that pain is your body's check engine light, signaling that something's not right. Come to Innovative Health in Weston for the best chiropractic care. They'll keep your body running the way it's meant to work. Feel better, live better. Innovative Health. Foul back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Cole O'Brien is looking for a much easier second inning than first. He had to strand runners at second and third in that first frame. Looking to get Rapids 3 up, 3 down here. 2-2 pitch coming. That's fouled away over the Rapids dugout on the first base side. Mutual of Walsall Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualofwalsall.com and find an agent near you. We'll do a 2-2 pitch again. Up the middle, a base hit. Silas Concrete is a 2-out base runner.
Fielder, number 7, Justin Tibbetts.
Here's Justin Tibbetts in the number 9 hole. There's going to be a courtesy runner coming out for Wisconsin Rapids here.
Landon Jones, courtesy run.
Landon Jones, a senior, will run for the Rapids catcher. In many ways, I'm happy that we didn't play yesterday. I mean, first of all, the field just took too much water. Simon Field would not have been ready for baseball for a Tuesday afternoon game. This is a slightly warmer, I think slightly nicer day, although yesterday afternoon turned out to be pleasant, but it was windy. Wind is dead calm right now. Boy, rain makes all the difference. Rain makes everything grow. The field has greened up so nicely over the last, just 4 or 5 days, I think. Tibbetts to hit with a man at first. Umpire thought about calling that strike 1. Big Blue came up like he was going to indicate and didn't. Just high, ball 1.
This is not the same umpire as Walsall East last week.
Fouled back, 1 ball and 1 strike. Courtesy runner not straying far from first base. You know what I also like about Wednesday baseball? Not a lot of teams, many teams, you've had an artificial turf field. You got your game in yesterday. Play on the grass here at Simon Field, so we needed a little more time to dry things out. I mean, this is the best game so far this season in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. This is a first-place team, Everest, on a 7-game winning streak. And Rapids in second place, they've already got a win over Spash. So this game gets to really be a featured game. Lots of other Wisconsin Valley Conference teams are looking into our Zaleski sports coverage. Teams that haven't played Rapids or Spash, coaches are taking notes for what they see on the field today. 2 balls and a strike to Tibbetts. Down the right field side, foul in the corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, I like when the featured games like this one kind of have the spotlight all to themselves, and that's the spot this afternoon. Very limited Wednesday schedule across our Zaleski sports channels. This broadcast crew tomorrow is down at Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. We're taking on Wittenberg-Burnhamwood against Amherst. Strike 3 called. The inning comes to an end. It's a 3rd strikeout for Cole O'Brien. Rapids gets a hit but leaves that runner at first base. Bottom of the 2nd when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Selling your car to Dahl Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Dahl Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Aiden Haupt, Logan George, and George Jablonski, 6, 7, and 8 in the Everest order to hit against Brett Simonson. Evergreen's own the hit column 2-1. We said just a moment ago that this broadcast team will be at Wittenberg-Burnhamwood against Amherst. Oh, I'm a popular guy in Amherst. I was on the mic for their basketball game where the boys got a trip to state on a buzzer-beating shot.
Bottom of the 2nd for the Evergreens.
The most exciting basketball game of the season.
Number 22.
As Amherst broke Marathon's heart for a trip to Madison. Aiden Haupt to hit righty against righty to get the bottom of the 2nd underway. Simonson looked like he overthrew there, left it up high. Scherer Construction has an office right here in Wausau. Scherer Construction offers commercial and custom home construction expertise anywhere in Wisconsin. At the knees for a strike. For your next project, look no further than Scherer Construction. Check out their beautiful work at schererconstruction.com. A ball and a strike. Laid off that, and it's strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to Aiden Haupt. Fouled that off, got a piece, so Aiden will see another pitch in this at-bat. Logan George awaits on deck. 1-2 pitch. Swung at a bad one. Going to have to throw down to first. And that completes the strikeout. 2 strikeouts against no walks for Brett Simonson.
Second baseman, number 7, Logan George.
I think for the bottom part of the Everest order, Logan George is probably the best bat. That'll be a factor in today's game, too. Who can get the most production out of 7, 8, and 9 in their batting order? takes a strike. Brett Simonson looks more comfortable on the mound here in the second inning than he was in the first. He's throwing more strikes in this frame. 0-1 pitch. Bounced back to the pitcher. Underhanded to first. There's the second out.
Shortstop, number 16, George Jablonski.
George Jablonski, who was fabulous in the field against Wausau East last week, was our postgame guest on the Merrill Steel postgame show. Coach Dave Langman, as he's walking away from his part of the interview, says, good luck getting anything out of George. And George was very talkative, actually. Had a lot to say about some of his standout defensive plays. And, you know, that's one of the good things for these high school athletes. Again, some will get the privilege of going on and playing at the next level in college. And then it becomes more and more important. How do you manage your business? Can you handle your successes and talk about it and still be humble? George checked all of those boxes. 2 outs and none on here. The count's 1 ball and 1 strike. Up high, 2-1. Everest softball still undefeated. I think they're up to 10-0 for the season. They may be 11-0 by now. 11-0. Everest girls, their strike 2, 2-2. Have a lot of standout players. There will be many who will get all conference honors. Some will get all state on Everest fast pitch. And when you do those post-game interviews, everyone handles their business, handles their success very well. Bounced up the third base side and foul. We stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes for George Jablonski. That's up high. Count fills up. Yeah, Brett Simonson doesn't really want to lose Jablonski here. It would allow the number 9 hitter to clear in this inning. Brennan Hochberger awaits on deck. Depending on what happens on this pitch, it's down low. Walked the number 8 hitter. Not good. Hochberger to hit.
Left fielder, number 6, Brennan Hochberger.
Runner on first with 2 away. Let's see what Brennan can do in this spot. First ball swinging a slow roller to second. And that ends the inning. Ethan Dillingham with another putout. Evergreens get a walk, and that's all. 2 complete. No score between DC Everest and Wisconsin Rapids on Zaleski Sports.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Someone has been on base in each half inning so far. Cole O'Brien to work the top of the third. I believe his pitch count is 36. Opposing pitcher Brett Simonson's at 32 pitches. So for both of these being number 1 pitchers, you know what? To get into the very late innings, for these starters to still be out there in the 6th or 7th, they're each going to need a 3 up, 3 down, low pitch count inning. That would extend their afternoon considerably. And both sides here in the top of the third will have the top of their order coming up. Freeman, Honeyegger, and Simonson to hit for Wisconsin Rapids here in the third. Baseball is sponsored by TRW Auto Body in Mosinee. Top quality collision repair, full body repair, 24-hour towing. Courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. Freeman made it all the way to third base back in the first inning, was left stranded there when Jordan Seligowski struck out with 2 in scoring position. That didn't do what Cole O'Brien wanted it to. Breaking ball stays way up high. We saw 2 pitches like that when Cole O'Brien was working against Wausau East. Wanted to throw the breaking ball, and something was wrong with the grip or the release and stayed way, way up high. That one's fouled away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole O'Brien's fastball has the velocity. He doesn't need to be too cute with his off-speed stuff. He can challenge and win most batters at the high school level. Cutter there, took something off that. And Landon Freeman's right over the top for strike 2. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Checked his swing, went too far. A 4th strikeout for Cole O'Brien.
Right fielder, 12.
Gage Honeyegger popped out to the shortstop. George Jablonski retired him a couple of steps on the outfield grass. First pitch to Honeyegger is low. That's a ball. And that also bounced off catcher Cole Van Slyke. Cole is shaking it off. It may have hit his inside shin. That's right. That can't be any worse than being hit with a hockey puck, right? Tipped into the catcher's glove. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cole's a standout for the Everest hockey team during the winter. I think hockey, because the rink is cold, maybe you feel it after the game's over. 1-1 pitch. That stays way upside. 2 balls and a strike. Upside? Yeah, upside. Ridgetop Exteriors says just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors, a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. 2 balls and a strike. Challenged him again, inside on the fists and fouled back, 2-2. As the wind has died down, this has turned into a spectacular afternoon for baseball. 60s today. See, the weekend and next Monday and Tuesday, low 70s. So spring is here. 2-2 pitch with 1 out and none on. Little inside. Count fills up. Yeah, Cole O'Brien has not been as efficient when we saw him pitch against East last week. His pitch count is higher so far in this game. Three-two pitch. That may have hit him in the batter's box. Nope, that's not the call. Got to throw to first, and he's safe. I thought that came up and hit Honeyegger in the back foot. And you know what? Here in the press box, we're looking at the way Cole Van Slyke is walking out to the mound. They're going to have a conversation about this. That may have bounced in foul territory. See if the infield up. Yep, foul ball. Foul ball is the call. So he's going to come back and do 3 balls and 2 strikes again. Right, Cole O'Brien has had an adventurous afternoon already. Yeah, I'm not sure in baseball or softball, if you really want to be the catcher. There is a college softball site. I think it's called Show Me Your Welts. It's college catchers showing how they've been hit by softballs in competitive fast pitch. This is well hit to right field. Dvorak going back. He's to the wall. It's off the base of the wall. This is a double. It's going to be a triple. Evergreens did a good job backing up there. So George Honeyacre saw an extra pitch and triples to deep right field. Right, the Evergreens are saying that single was more to their liking.
8. Brett Simonson.
Second time now that Rapids has had a runner as far as third base. Brett Simonson, the opposing pitcher, will help himself. The Evergreens, thinking that runs are going to be hard to come by today, bring the infield in. Swing and a miss, strike one. Simonson struck out his first time up. Cole O'Brien would love a strikeout here. If he can get to 2 outs, then it would allow the infield to play back. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Again, these are two elite high-velocity pitchers who are doing battle here. Brett Simonson, I think, kind of looked out at the mound. The thought bubble would have said, is that your best stuff? 0-2. Checked his swing. It's a little high. 1-2.
How many pitches does he have? 50. 50? Okay.
O'Brien's got 4 strikeouts against 1 walk. He would love the 5th to come in this spot. A ball and 2 strikes. Coming home. Swing and a miss. Cole O'Brien retires Brett Simonson. Infield can play back for Ethan Dillingham, who walked his first time up. So will Rapids waste a 1-out triple? Ethan Dillingham's at bat will tell us that story. First ball swinging. It's bounced to second. The Evergreens will get out of the inning. Logan George over to first. A 1-out triple is for naught. We'll go to the bottom of the third, and we are still scoreless on Zaleski Sports.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
We are back, and baseball is brought to you by Mammoth Mortgage. Your opportunity for low rates, hassle-free mortgages for buying or refinancing your home anywhere in Wisconsin. For all your mortgage needs, look to Mammoth Mortgage. Top of the batting order up for the Evergreens, Nevin Poppy, who saw just 1 pitch and grounded out to the right side, will lead us off. This game has not disappointed so far. All right, Brett Simonson is done with his warm-up throws.
Third baseman, number 9, Nevin Poppy.
Nevin Poppy, you know what? He's a character. That's the only way to describe him. I can't not like Nevin Poppy. Always says hello before the game because he's angling for the post-game interview. He loves that. Strike 1 to Nevin Poppy. I joked with Nevin Poppy. I said, drag bunt for a hit. It gets in the pitcher's head. Flied to left field. Left fielder's going back. Got room. No, it's up over his head and off his glove. Nevin Poppy was running that out all the way. It's a double for Nevin Poppy. Well, you know what? We'll have a little discussion. Error or hit. I mean, it went off Justin Tibbetts' glove. He got all the way back to the warning track. Nevin Poppy will be happy that we're scoring that a hit up here. A leadoff double for the Evergreens. That's right. Nevin Poppy would lobby during the postgame show to have the scoring changed.
Center fielder, number 37, Ty Rohde.
Ty Rohde struck out his first time up. So a leadoff double for the Evergreens and a chance to break through here in the bottom of the third. Rohde pops that up. It's foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Did I see that in one of the Major League Baseball games, pitcher was working on a no-hitter? It was a Yankees pitcher. And what looked like an error, what was originally scored an error, got changed to a hit. Turned out to be a one-hitter. Foul back will stay at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, an official scorer in a Major League Baseball ballpark, that used to be one of the newspaper writers. Whoever was there in New York, for the New York Daily News or covering the game for the New York Post, they'd be the official scorer. Not sure if Major League Baseball has taken over that. This is an easier play to left field. Calling and catching is Justin Tibbetts. The runner does not advance.
Catcher, 19, Cole Van Slyke.
When Cole Van Slyke has been behind the plate, he's been beaten up enough today that all of those little bumps and bruises go away with an RBI single in the spot. Cole is 1 for 1, an infield single his first time up. Down low for a ball. Yeah, I think that Major League Baseball has taken over the official scoring of Major League Baseball games. I don't think that's a newspaper writer's job anymore.
Did you see that? The catch that Dalton Varsho made last night? What? The catch that Dalton Varsho made? Backhand.
Well, that was the, we are talking about a spectacular play in Major League Baseball. The center fielder is going back. See, we're talking about the same thing, and he falls as he's hitting the warning track. And while he's on the seat of his pants, he reaches back behind his back and catches the ball. How could that not, the batters look at that, how could that not be a double or a triple? The guy fell down, and he caught it anyway.
Yeah, he's from Marshfield.
Right, Dalton Varsho, Marshfield Tiger. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here to Cole Van Slyke. Out in front of that, and Cole Van Slyke is down to his final strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Cole, I believe, is the only left-handed bat in the Everest batting order today. Nope, Ty Rohde. Yeah, Ty Rohde is a lefty, too. Inside, skips away from it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nevin Poppy's got good speed, maybe a hit and run, but he's not going to try and steal a base. Runners in scoring position, I'm not sure how many you're going to get over the course of this game. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Cole Van Slyke's a promising at-bat with 2 strikes, too. He can put the ball in play here. Yes, he does. To the right side, bobbled for a moment, nobody's out. Ethan Dillingham, who's been solid at second base, bobbled that and will be assessed an error. Runners on the corners.
Right fielder, 8, Jack Dvorak.
Jack Dvorak, line drive single last time.
Courtesy running Ryan Schultz.
Ryan Schultz, courtesy runs again at first base. Runners on the corners. Evergreens love the double steal in this spot. Fleet Farm says no matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered. Best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, and snacks. Fleet Farm is everything you need, all at the lowest prices. Runner not going. Dvorak takes the big cut. Strike 1. Dvorak with a long look down at the third base coach, Dave Langman. Nope. Coleman Schilling coaching at third base here. Lays off that one. It is just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. I think the double steal probably happens here. Runner not going. It bounces in front of home plate. Schultz was dancing far off first base, almost daring for a throw to come down, either to first or second. Nevin Poppy at third base would take off like a shot towards home plate if that was the case. 2-1, hitter spot. Runners going here. It's down low and cut off by the shortstop. Evergreens have 2 in scoring position. And the count shifts in Jack Dvorak's favor at 3-1. Hit to the outfield brings in 2 for the Evergreens in this spot. Bottom of the third, scoreless until now. Swing and a miss. That's okay. Big Jack's still got at least one more cut in this at-bat. Again, what do you need in this spot? You don't need a home run. You need a hit to the outfield. Up high, bases are loaded with Evergreens. Carter Miller bounced off the plate back to the pitcher his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today. Nevin Poppy at third. He's there via a double to left. Cole Van Slyke is at second, an error, and Jack Dvorak a walk. Why do we have a trip to the mound here? Because in high school baseball, you can huddle up the entire infield. You can talk about how you'd like to set up your defense here. This is as much to align the infield as it is for Brett Simonson. Rapids back in the first inning had 1 out and runners at second and third, unable to break through. The Evergreens here have 1 out and the base is full.
Number 33, Carter Miller.
I suspect that Carter Miller's going to take the first pitch in this sequence. See what the pitcher gives you. Brett Simonson in a high leverage spot here. Takes inside, ball 1. I think the thinking may be that Carter Miller takes another one. Probably you take until first strike comes. Yes? Nope, he had the green light and lays off. That's a low strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zone was big there. Brett Simonson, happy to have the generous 1-1 pitch coming. Tapped off the plate and foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Tell me that a double play ball is not the pitcher's friend in this spot. Is it ever? Count moves to the pitcher's favor at 1-2 with 1 out, bases full, outside. Catcher Silas Cronkrite did a good job making sure that didn't get past him. 2-2. To the pitcher, coming back home, and the throw is wild. A run comes in for the Evergreens, and it goes to the screen. 2 runs coming in on an error. That was a bad throw from the pitcher, Brett Simonson. It's the second error of the inning, and it costs Rapids 2 runs. And it is the Evergreens that break through.
First baseman.
And it was the most routine play. Carter Miller bounced back to the mound, just needed a good throw to home. No tag required there. And the throw was up near the catcher's shoulder. Got all the way back to the screen. Still only 1 out. Aiden hopped to bat. Outside for a ball. This is a spot where the Evergreens need to be greedy. Need to get a couple more runs out of this. There's only 1 out. Rapids plays in at the corners. Taking, and it's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. We're brought to you by Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. For all your tire and auto service needs, look to Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Great deals on tires that fit your needs. It's a sure thing to get you back on the road. Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Fly ball is not deep enough. Caught. The runner does not advance. There's the second out.
Second baseman.
Here's Logan George.
Logan George.
Bounced back to the pitcher his last time up. So is it just 2 runs or something bigger for the Evergreens? Outside, ball 1. The 2 runs that the Evergreens have are both unearned. Next Step Prosthetics is providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step. Contact Next Step Prosthetics today. That's on the outside corner, 1-1. Yeah, 2 runs are in with the benefit of only 1 hit, a double to left from Nevin Poppy. Wow, the catcher kind of framed that pitch funny. That could have been a strike. Looked like the catcher kind of turned his glove towards it, and it's judged a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And this ball is hit to the left side. Third baseman throws across the diamond. It's low, but it's dug out to end the inning. Jarrett Seligowski is bailed out by his first baseman, Eli Groff. Evergreens get 2 runs in, unable to get any more. 3 innings are complete, and our new score is DC Everest 2, Wisconsin Rapids 0 on Zaleski Sports.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Access Insurance is your complete independent insurance agency for auto, home, business, and life insurance serving Wisconsin and Minnesota. Insurance can often be confusing and frustrating. But with Access Insurance, you get experienced advisors that pair you with exactly the coverage you need at the most competitive prices for every stage of life. Located in Weston and a proud supporter of area high school athletics, their business truly does revolve around you. Learn more at accessinsurance.net or by calling 715-355-8400.
2 errors hurt Wisconsin Rapids in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bases loaded throwing error home allowed the 2 runs to come in. What do you want if you're the Red Raiders? Want to get 1 or both of those runs back right here. Top of the 4th is on. I'm Chris Conley. Both Seligowskis will hit. Jordan first, then Jarrett second, and Eli Groff after that. We are sponsored by Foundation Finance. Start a job making the money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day 1. Learn more online, foundationfinance.com. Jordan Seligowski, one of the 5 strikeout victims by Cole O'Brien so far. He's first ball swinging. Shortstop Jablonski flashes the glove again. Got him! Bang, bang play at first base. That's a tough throw from Jablonski, too. He's from the backside and has to plant on that back foot and still got a good throw across the diamond. Jordan Seligowski is out on a very close play at first base. I imagine Rapids fans yelling, safe, 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 but our infield umpire, he's the closest guy, closer than our Zaleski sports cameras. Half swing cost Jarrett Seligowski a strike. I guess what's frustrating for Rapids, a leadoff base runner down by 2 runs immediately makes the inning look more promising than a long thrown-out runner. This ball is hit to right field, and it's over the head of right fielder Jack Dvorak. Here comes extra bases. Yeah, you know, if that call at first base went the other way, a run scores on that. Jarrett Seligowski chugs into second with a 1-out double.
First baseman, 21, Eli Groff.
Rapids now has had 4 runners in scoring position. Here we are in the top of the 4th inning. Groff grounded out to Nevin Poppy at third base, first time up. Down low for a ball. Newton Electric says from residential to commercial, industrial to agriculture, Newton Electric in Wausau has been serving central Wisconsin since 1977. Call them or find them online at NewtonELEC, NewtonElec.com. On the outside corner, that pitch has been a strike all afternoon, 1-1. Sometimes the outside corner has been even a little more generous than that this afternoon. Cole O'Brien steps off. The bottom of the third inning was a high pitch count inning for Brett Simonson. He's up over 60 pitches now. Cole O'Brien looking to be a little more efficient. On the inside corner, even though it turned Eli Groff away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Silas Conkrite, who waits on deck, has a hit in his first at-bat. One-two pitch. Wow, that pitch was in just about the same spot, but judged a ball. A little bit inside, 2-2. I think Cole O'Brien wants the inside again. Yeah, that's where the catcher is setting up. This is coming in too. 2-2. Hit him. So runners go down to first and second. A 2-strike hit batsman.
Catcher. 10.
Silas to hit. He hits in the 8th spot in the Wisconsin Rapids batting order. Rapids looking to answer in the top of the 4th after the Evergreens got 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. First ball swinging and fouled back for a strike. Now Rapids is moving the players up. That's not a foul ball. Well, then that's a strike, and I guess judged a pass ball off Cole O'Brien's glove. Thought up here that was fouled back, but our home plate umpire is closer than all of us. So Rapids moves everyone up. Instead of first and second, now second and third at no balls and a strike. Evergreens playing with the lead here are keeping the infield back. Outside corner, strike 2. Cole O'Brien would love a strikeout here. He's ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Almost hit him inside. 1-2. Five strikeouts, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter for Cole O'Brien. He's allowed 3 hits. 1-2 pitch coming. That's strike 3 called. That's on the inside corner.
Left fielder.
Justin Tibbetts struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1 today.
Justin Tibbetts.
Rapids had runners at second and third in the first and did not score. Second and third here in the 4th. And it's up to Justin Tibbetts. Long set from Cole O'Brien. Coming home on the outside corner. Same spot as strike 3 to the last batter. That's strike 1 to Tibbetts. For all your auto repair needs, Mosinee and Rothschild turns to John's Auto Repair, just off Business 51 north of Mosinee. It's auto repair you can trust. They'll have it done right and have you on your way. John's Auto Repair. Up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. You know, if I'm Everest, you want Rapids to earn it. You want them to make the ball come into play and have a hit here. You don't want a wild pitch or a pass ball or an error. It's a ball and a strike. Cole O'Brien steps off. Each team with 3 hits so far in the game. Rapids' errors have been costly. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner again. A ball and 2 strikes. Cole O'Brien is 1 strike away from frustrating the Red Raiders again. Long set and coming home. On the outside corner, call strike 3. All 3 of those strikes were in more or less the same neighborhood. With runners at second and third, Cole O'Brien gets back-to-back strikeouts to bring the inning to a close. Going to the bottom of the 4th, it's DC Everest 2, Wisconsin Rapids nothing on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
Welcome back to Simon Field. We're on the campus of DC Everest Senior High School. First place Evergreens looking for an 8th straight win against Wisconsin Rapids, 2nd place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Here's George Jablonski, who walked his first time up. Backey's Family Chiropractic in Rothschild provides personal chiropractic care no matter what issue your body's battling. Migraines, anxiety, stress, or youth issues. Let Backey's Family Chiropractic give you back the life you deserve. That's a strike from Brett Simonson to George Jablonski. Simonson's got to make sure that he doesn't get himself frustrated. His team has had scoring opportunities, just hasn't cashed them in so far in this game. That's up high, a ball and a strike. Merrill Steel is your partner for structural steel fabrication. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply today at merrillsteel.com. Ball and a strike here to Jablonski. Simonson's ready to go. What's that? That would be ball 2. Kind of got his feet tangled up or his spikes dug in. Down at the knees. Count here is 2-2. Yep, home plate umpire helps us. Thank you, sir. Fouled away. I would bet that Brett Simonson's probably in the 70s for his pitch count here.
65.
65. You see, I'm close. Two pitches down low, and the count fills up again on George Jablonski. You know, you have to think of it. Imagine if you're a pitcher, you've got $100 in your wallet, and each pitch costs you $1. So you would like some batters to be just $3 or $4 batters, and maybe the tougher ones are $6 or $7 or $8 batters. George Jablonski's about to see the 6th pitch, and he's been hit. So the bottom part of the Everest batting order has produced a couple of base runners. Jablonski's on twice.
Left fielder, number 6, Brennan Hochberger.
With the Evergreens leading by 2, I would imagine that Brennan Hochberger is going to be asked to sacrifice here. And as we say in so many of these high school baseball broadcasts, the sacrifice is a sometimes thing. Looking to bunt, pulls it back. It's ball 1. Again, the Evergreens are willing to give Rapids an out, so Brett Simonson, the pitcher's kind of got to take it here. Jared Seligowski, the third baseman, is almost halfway in. Pushed up the first base side, foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Everest and Rapids again tomorrow down at their place. Rapids, Everest, and Spash seem to be the best team in the conference, and it is possible, again, not knowing what's going to happen today or tomorrow, gets the bunt down. Pitcher's only plays to first, underhands it, he's out. Bang, bang, play at first. Brennan Hochberger is just barely retired, gets the sacrifice down and moves the runner to second.
Third baseman, number 9, Nevin Poppy.
So, with 2 outs, up to Nevin Poppy, who doubled his last time. Well hit ball to left field. Nevin's looking to build this lead a little bit further. Yeah, I mean, it's possible that Rapids, Spash, and Everest will split all of their games this year. That could set us up for what? A 3-way tie? Or will one of the other teams, Wausau West or East or Marshfield, play the role of spoiler? A ball to Nevin Poppy. I mean, the team that loses today, there's a lot of pressure tomorrow. Ball is hit to second. Runner is going to advance, but that is the second out. Ethan Dillingham throws over to Eli Groff, and Nevin Poppy advances George Jablonski from second to third. But now there are 2 down.
Number 37, Ty Rody.
Ty Rody is a freshman. If he gets a hit in this spot, boy, he'll be talking about it when he gets home today. Outside, ball 1. Runner at third, and Brett Simonson is trying to keep this a 2-run game. Taking a strike, 1-1. Yes, Simonson wants to challenge Rody and end the inning here. A much tougher batter, Cole Van Slyke, awaits on deck if the inning continues. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Rody fouls that back, 1-2. Simonson today, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. The 2 runs that are in are both unearned. And that is ouch. Bounced off the back heel of Rody. So we'll stay to ball and 2 strikes. Looking to pick up George Jablonski at third base. He got on via a hit batter. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The inning comes to an end. Brett Simonson wins that battle. Evergreens get a runner to third but are unable to extend their lead. 4 complete. Still DC Everest 2, Wisconsin Rapids nothing on Zaleski Sports.
No errors, 1 left at the end of 4. DC Everest 2.
The first tube was bent in 1968 back in a garage by our house. Shortly after that, we moved into a rented space in a machine shop.
Moving into this building in 2000 at 90,000 square feet.
So right now we sit at 165,000 square feet.
150 employees. Every day we look at how grateful we are to be where we are, but we never forget where we started. Here at J&D Tube Benders, we're a full custom hydraulic tube manufacturer. We can do anything from their simple bent tube component to a fully welded assembly.
In every department at Dahl Auto, you'll find people who've been in the industry for decades. Sales staff with a deep knowledge, not just of cars, but how to build relationships. A service team who always double checks each other's work. Dozens of people you may never meet who've been working for years to make buying and servicing a car feel fast and easy. In over 100 years at Dahl Auto, we've learned to value experience. After working with our team, you'll value our experience too. Dahl Auto, simple.
Welcome back to our Zaleski sports coverage. Rapids with 2 runs to find as we go to the top of the 5th. And for the Red Raiders, the top of their order comes up. Freeman, Honeyegger, and Simonson. This has been a typical Everest baseball game this year. Do the Evergreens have guys who are hitting the cover off the ball? No. But the Evergreens have capitalized on other teams' mistakes. Both of the runs came in here on a bases-loaded throwing error to home. Both teams with 3 hits. And the Evergreens pitching this season is good. I mean, Cole O'Brien is the number 1 pitcher on the staff, but the Evergreens have some depth.
9. Landon Freeman.
We believe that Carter Miller will pitch tomorrow. Jack Dvorak has been an effective arm. Cade Felch has been used as the Everest closer. He's been effective too. Freeman reached on an error and struck out. Takes strike 1. I'm thinking that Cole O'Brien's got to get through the top, the best bats in the Wisconsin Rapids order one more time, probably here in the 5th and then maybe again in the 7th. So Rapids is going to have their chances. O'Brien overthrows there. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Baseball is sponsored by Merrill Steel, your partner for structural steel fabrication. Move your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply at merrillsteel.com. Almost hit him? It did. A leadoff base runner for Rapids. That's the second batter that Cole O'Brien has plunked in today's game.
Right fielder, 12. Gage Honeyegger.
Gage Honeyegger's last at-bat was a weird one. We thought that he was going to be safe at first on what was later judged to be a foul ball. Hit either Gage or the Everest catcher Cole Van Slyke in the batting order, in the batter's box. So they called Honeyegger back after we thought he was safe at first, and then he promptly tripled to deep right field. With 1 out, though, he was left at third base, so the shutout is still intact. Trailing by 2, I think that Honeyegger is going to be asked to hit here. I don't think the sacrifice is on. He is bunting and bunts it foul. Up onto the roof of the Rapids dugout on the first base side. So, I mean, if you're sacrificing here and want to move the runner over to second, you're thinking that you can pick up the other run. I mean, it's a 2-0 ball game. You're thinking you can pick up the other run some other time in this game, either later in this 5th or 6th or 7th. Rapids is taking the approach that there's a lot of baseball left this afternoon. 0-1 pitch, that's inside, and the bunt was not on there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nicolet Bank offers personal banking at its best. They're in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Edgar, Medford, or Merrill. Learn more at nicoletbank.com. Freeman's got speed. He could steal a base, too. Throw over to first, big lead, safe. Home plate umpire takes off his mask and said something into the Wisconsin Rapids dugout. What's that about? Someone calling for a balk over there? Didn't look like it. Runners going up high. Throw down to second is high. Stolen base. Nobody out, and Rapids has a man in scoring position at second. Great Lakes Cheese of Wausau offers a state-of-the-art facility with excellent benefits, pay, culture, and more. Join a growing company and get your career on the right path. Go to GreatLakesCheese.com. 2 balls and a strike. It's a fly ball in foul territory. Nevin Poppy is looking. It's up against the chain link fence. Out of play for strike 2. Cole O'Brien has had the uncanny ability in this game to reach back and get strikeouts when he needs them. Got the second and third out in the 4th inning with runners in scoring position. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes here. There's no one out as we play the top of the 5th. Just missed inside. Count goes full. Left-handed batter here. To a lot of right-handed bats, that would have been strike 3. Checks that runner at second. Batter asks for time. Honeyacre steps out. Rapids has had their chances, just unable to get on the scoreboard so far in this game. 3-2 pitch, that's up high. It's a walk. Tying runs are on for the Red Raiders, and here's the opposing pitcher, Brett Simonson. Here's Josh Nielsen, the Everest pitching coach, coming out to a visit to Cole O'Brien. Evergreens have Cade Felch warming up in the bullpen. Maybe a little early for Cade, as we are in the 5th inning. Cade has been used as a 7th and final inning closer. We've seen him work 6th and 7th. This is a long discussion that's about to be broken up. Brett Simonson is 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Evergreens decide there will not be a pitching change here. Cole O'Brien continues. France Propane is your locally owned, complete service propane company serving all of central Wisconsin for 2 generations. Learn more at francepropane.com. France Propane, local, quality, family. Simonson, I thought in his first 2 at-bats, has looked uncomfortable. He's trying to bunt here and bunts it foul. Since there is no one out, the sacrifice to move 2 into scoring position makes all kinds of sense here. Simonson hits 3rd in the Wisconsin Rapids batting order. I'm not sure how often he's asked to get a bunt down. Number 3 in the order is usually a big bat. Asked to bunt again inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here at Simon Field in the late afternoon in our press box, we're up the third base side. The sun sets beyond the right field wall, and it's in our eyes. 1-1 pitch. Bunt is on again, pulled the bat back, and that's just inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Do I see that the Evergreens have a home game on Friday also? They'll be out of conference. I think they're playing one of the Appleton schools. Strike 2 as he pulls the bat back. That's on the inside corner. 2-2. I would think that the bunt comes off now that we're at 2 strikes. See how this plays out. Not bunting, swings and misses. That's a bad at-bat. Could not get the bunt down and then swung at the high hard one that was probably out of the strike zone. Brett Simonson has struck out for a 3rd time in the game and fails to move the runners over. 8 strikeouts now for Cole O'Brien.
What do you got? I don't trust anyone down there.
Ethan Dillingham, a walk and a ground out. Still at first and second for Ethan. That's just outside for a ball. Yeah, I couldn't tell you that pitches that are coming over that outside corner, could not tell you if they're balls or strikes. Again, we're a little up the third base side, so our view is a little bit different than the home plate umpire. This is hit back to the second baseman. Got one there and back to first. Not played at first base. A run will come in. Evergreens get a force. Tried to turn 2, but an error throwing over to first cost the Evergreens a run. Rapids is on the board. Yeah, that's a throwing error. Evergreen's George Jablonski got the force at second, so that's the second out of the inning, but was trying for an inning-ending double play and threw wildly. The Evergreens are hoping for an interference call, and the infield umpires are gathering in. Was there interference at second base? Well, I mean, the infield umpire is the one who initiated this discussion with his partner at home plate. This would be a huge call if it goes against Rapids. It would take the run off the board and would end the inning. And no gift to the Evergreens. I think I'm okay with that. And Nevin Poppy, who has something to say about everything, apparently had something to say about that. He's just been warned. 2-1 now. Jordan Seligowski is 0 for 2. Rapids has a man at second after the throwing error. So this is an unearned run, even though you can't assume the double play if you're scoring along with. Does anyone score along with us at home? No, no one does. And this ball is hit into the gap, and we've got ourselves a tie game. A 2-out double for Jordan Seligowski. And Rapids has evened things up at 2 apiece.
Third baseman, 18, Jarrett Seligowski.
Well hit ball. Of the 4 Rapids hits, 3 are for extra bases. Jarrett Seligowski has a double for Rapids, 1 for 2 today. Got that runner at second, could put Rapids in the lead with a hit in this spot with 2 outs. Evergreens failed to turn a double play that could have ended this inning. Coming home, it's up high for a ball. Goes back to the screen on a wild pitch. Jordan Seligowski with Jarrett up at bat will advance to third base. Rapids looking to flip the script here in the top of the 5th. Down low, 2 balls and no strikes. And Cole O'Brien stopping that low pitch. That came up and hit him on the inside shin. Maybe. That's the best case scenario for where it may have hit catcher Cole Van Slyke. Everest coach Dave Langman is going to check on his catcher. When play resumes, it's 2 balls and no strikes. There are 2 outs, and Rapids has pushed the go-ahead run over to third base. All right, Cole just needed a moment, and he's got it. He's ready to resume this at-bat, I think. Cole is walking around behind home plate like he's still in a bit of discomfort. They're going to give Cole O'Brien a couple of warm-up tosses. This is probably just to test out how Cole Van Slyke is feeling. What Cole Van Slyke doesn't need in this spot is some type of collision or play at the plate. Ouch. 2 balls, no strikes. There are 2 outs, so the Evergreens keep the infield back. There's a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Culligan Water specializes in all of your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. Count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy. Unparalleled service and convenient delivery options. That's Culligan Water. Swing and a miss. Big cut. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cole O'Brien's looking to keep this a tie game. He needs 1 more strike here against Jarrett Steligowski. Up high, full count. Steligowski in the batter's box now is a more dangerous bat than Eli Groff, who is waiting on deck. So Cole O'Brien wants to challenge, but also wants to be careful here. 3-2 pitch. Go ahead run at third. Big spot here in the top of the 5th. Coming home. Outside, ball 4. The inning continues. This just feels like it's going to be the last inning of work for Cole O'Brien. Eli Groff was hit by a pitch and grounded out to third. Officially 0 for 1 today. Evergreens got their 2 runs in the 3rd. Rapids has tied the game here in the 5th. Little high to Groff, ball 1. Again, Cade Felch warms in the Everest bullpen down the third base side. That's on the outside corner. Strike, 1-1. Rapids looking to take their first lead of the afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Runner is going. Evergreens do not throw down. So it is the trail runner, Jarrett Steligowski, who moves from first to second. A hit to the outfield could double up the Evergreens here. Rapids trying to put a conference loss on the first place team in the Wisconsin Valley. 2 balls and a strike. O'Brien to Groff. Swing and a miss. Challenged him up high. 2-2. Cole O'Brien's going to empty the tank here. Again, I think this is the last batter that he'll face today. This could be the 3rd time in the game that Rapids has stranded runners at second and third. Long set, coming home. Outside corner, strike 3. Rapids ties the game but leaves 2 more stranded in scoring position, as Cole O'Brien gets the 3rd out via strikeout. But we've got a shiny new one. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th, and our new score, DC Everest and Wisconsin Rapids are tied at 2 apiece on Zaleski Sports.
Elite Auto Care is a family-owned business providing top-notch car care to the Schofield, Weston, and Wausau area. They deliver honest and professional automotive repair and maintenance services with quality ASE certified technicians that you can trust. Elite Auto Care offers the latest technology and is equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on both foreign and domestic vehicles. From general maintenance, air conditioning and brakes to exhaust, axle repair, tires, or just a simple oil change. Turn to Elite Auto Care, your local family-owned auto business on Schofield Avenue in Schofield.
If the check engine light comes on in your car, do you address it or hope it goes away on its own? Pain is your body's check engine light signaling that something isn't right. Innovative Health in Weston can help identify and fix the aches and pains of everyday life. We deliver effective chiropractic care for every joint in your body, from your neck to your back to your knees and feet. With 4 doctors on staff and advanced treatment options, we've been consistently voted a top chiropractic and sports medicine clinic in central Wisconsin. Whether you're a high school athlete, a pregnant mom, or just feeling the wear and tear of life, give us a call at Innovative Health in Weston today.
Feel better, live better, Innovative Health.
Evergreens are back on the bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. After giving back a 2-0 lead, we're tied 2-2 now. This will probably be Rapid starter Brett Simonson's last inning of work, and then this game will belong to the bullpen.
Catcher, number 19, Cole Van Slyke.
Cole Van Slyke has been like a punching bag when he's been behind the plate in this game. At the bat, though, he's got a single and reached on an error. Simonson, first ball swinging, and it's fouled away for strike 1. The Evergreens may have an advantage in pitching depth. We'll see how that works out as the bullpens are likely to have the 6th and 7th innings of this. Bottom of the 5th here. At the knees, strike 2. Cole Van Slyke is down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Very light wind blowing out to right field. The weather has not been a factor at all today. Bounce towards the shortstop. Big hop and a throw across the diamond is low and wild. And the Evergreens will put a go-ahead run on second base. That was going to be a close play at first base. Scored an error, though. Yeah, a good throw would have gotten Cole Van Slyke. It is Rapid's 3rd error of the ball game.
Right fielder, number 8, Jack Dvorak.
Jack Dvorak has walked and singled. Is the bunt on here? Move that runner over to third. Nope. Big Jack gets a chance to hit, and it's inside. Ball 1. If you decide to sacrifice and move that runner over to third, there are so many different ways to get a runner in from third base, more than there are from second. But Dvorak's been a good bat for the Evergreens. Up high, 2 balls, no strikes here. Last time we saw Dvorak pitch was the Evergreens' 3-2 win in a non-conference game against Medford. Jack was good in that game. Down low, 3 balls and no strikes. This could be frustrating for Rapid. You finally battle back and break through and tie the game. You don't want to give the lead right back to Everest here. 3-0 pitch to Dvorak. He's taking and takes a strike. 3-1, so it's still a hitter's count. Dvorak's going to have the green light here. Got to drive in Cole Van Slyke from second. Wow, at the knees, and the Everest dugout is chirping at what they thought was a pitch low. Battles back to 3-2. Bounced off the plate. Dvorak swung at a ball that was borderline. Knowing that the last close pitch went against him, had to shorten up and protect there. 3-2. And that went right down, hit Jack Dvorak. Foul ball, still in the box. Jack Dvorak is going to see an 8th pitch in this at-bat. Go-ahead run at second. There's nobody out as we play the home half of the fifth. Long set for Brett Simonson, who will reach his maximum 100 pitches soon, but not yet. And this is flicked to shallow center field. Got to make a diving play. He got it. Jordan Seligowski laid out, had to run in a long way and made the catch. That's a big out.
Pinch hitting for the Evergreens.
Ryan Schultz will pinch hit here. Schultz has already been in the game as a courtesy runner twice. He'll hit in the DH spot for Carter Miller. Late swing, and it's popped up. Fouled off the first base side. Schultz is a sophomore, so this is a big spot for him. Coach Dave Langman says he's got a lot of underclassmen that he's not bashful about playing. He thinks they're all capable. Steps off, looks the runner back. That's Cole Van Slyke at second base. Evergreen's opting not to use a courtesy runner for Cole in this spot. There's a strike, 2 balls and no strikes. Rapids has action in their bullpen as well. Landon Jones is throwing. He's a senior. 0-2 pitch. Late swing, got him. Ryan Schultz is down on 3 pitches. There's the second out.
First baseman, number 22.
Up to Aiden Haupt. So this could be a frustrating frame for the Evergreens. Got the leadoff runner to second on a 2-base throwing error. Unable to move him since then. The inning's up to Aiden Haupt. Ryan Schultz was the 4th strikeout victim for Brett Simonson. The lowest of strike ones. Fly ball to right center field. It's a long run, and it's caught out there. Over the shoulder, Gage Honeyegger makes the catch, and the Evergreens are turned away. Rapids overcomes a 2-base error. 5 complete, tied 2-2 on Zaleski Sports.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Are you ready to give your kids a head start on smart money habits? With Abbey Bank's Bright Future Checking, kids and teens can learn to manage money with you right by their side. They get their own debit card, and you can keep an eye on spending with easy-to-use mobile banking and card controls. The Bright Future Checking account has no fees, no minimum balance, and kids get a bonus after the first deposit is made. Give your child the power of independence. Stop in or visit abbeybank.com to get started. Abbey Bank is member FDIC.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
For the very best in craftsmanship and innovative construction, put your trust in Scherer Construction. You'll see their work when you drop your kids at school, visit the public library, drive past the fire station, or even in the industrial park. Scherer Construction has helped countless homeowners with bringing their dreams to life, and hundreds of businesses create beautiful facilities that make our communities shine all throughout Wisconsin. For your next residential, commercial, municipal, or educational construction project, join the countless others who have put their faith in Scherer Construction. Find their location right here in Wausau or online at schererconstruction.com.
The Evergreens are the first team to go to the bullpen. Cole O'Brien's afternoon is done. Cade Felch is on in relief. Cole O'Brien's pitching line, 5 innings, 2 runs, neither were earned, 4 hits. He struck out 9 and walked 3. He hit 2 batters.
10. Silas Cronkrite.
Silas Cronkrite, 1 for 2, will be the first batter that Cade Felch will pitch to. Felch, big right-hander. First ball swinging and hit into right center field. This is trouble. It's going to roll all the way up to the wall. At least a double, more like a triple. And the ball gets thrown away. Evergreens are backing up, so the runner does not advance. Pitcher knows that he has to back up on that play, and Cade Felch did. It's a leadoff triple for Silas Cronkrite. He's the first player in the 2-hit club today.
Landon Jones, courtesy runner.
Landon Jones will come out and courtesy run. So that's how the afternoon starts for Cade Felch.
Fielder, 7. Justin Tibbetts.
Justin Tibbetts has struck out in both of his plate appearances so far. Evergreens play the infield in. Swing and a miss. Cade took something off of that, and Justin Tibbetts was right over the top of it. So in a ground ball to the infield, the Evergreens are looking to cut off that run at home. Hit off the plate. This ball is in play. Throw to first. Everybody's safe. Cade Felch collided with Nevin Poppy, the third baseman, so no throw. Infield hit. Runner does not advance from third.
9. Landon Freeman.
To the top of the order, Landon Freeman to hit. Landon's been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Reached on an error and struck out. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Infield stays in for the Evergreens. Ground ball to third. Tag the runner. Throw home. Safe. Only got 1 out. The Evergreens decided not to take the double play. Rapids takes the lead 3-2. Logan George tagged out Justin Tibbetts. There's the first out of the inning. Silas Cronkrite, actually the courtesy runner for Silas, comes in. Rapids takes the lead. Fielder's choice and an RBI for Freeman. Rapids has a lead for the first time this afternoon. Runner at first with 1 out. For Gage Honeyacre, just outside, ball 1. So Rapids with 2 in the 5th, and now the go-ahead run in here in the 6th with only 1 out. Throw over to first, runner's back. So Cade Felch gives up a run here in the 6th. The Evergreens, I believe, will be into the Rapids bullpen when they bat in the bottom half of the inning. On the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. These teams again tomorrow at Rapids on Zaleski Sports. These teams, talent-wise, have looked about even this afternoon. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Felch with a long set, 2-1, runners going. Hit and run is on. That's fouled off down the first base side. Runner retreats to first base, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Felch looking for a strikeout here. Long set. Felch is coming home. Ball is up the middle. It's a hit. Honeyacre has his second hit, a triple, and now a single. First and second with still just 1 out.
Pitcher.
Here's Brett Simonson. The run that comes across in this inning goes to Simonson's ledger. So the Everest starter, Cole O'Brien, will not get a decision in this game. Brett Simonson could be the winning pitcher. Again, we're thinking that someone else will be on the mound for Rapids in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up high for a ball. Catcher Cole Van Slyke with a quick trip to the mound. On the run scoring play, Tibbetts putting the ball in play, could have been a double play. Logan George tagged the runner and then threw home. He could have had an easier out at first base, and there would have been 2 outs. I mean, the run came in anyway. 0-1 pitch here. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. The Evergreens were unable to build on their 2-run lead. They got their 2 runs in the 3rd. Rapids able to hang up zeros in the 4th and 5th, and now they battle back. There's a strike, 2-1. So give Rapids credit. They didn't get the runs back right away in the 4th, but they've not allowed the Evergreens to build that lead any further. So they kept the game close and now find themselves ahead by a run. 2 balls and a strike. Close, but judged a ball. 3-1. Felch is in danger of loading up the bases. Hitters count here. Brett Simonson, I think, is going to get the green light. Try and move these runners around. Up high. Bases are full of Red Raiders. Landon Freeman to 3rd. Gage Honeyacre to 2nd. And Brett Simonson with a walk moves over to 1st. Ethan Dillingham is the cleanup hitter, and he will bat with the bases full. The Evergreens, I believe, are making a pitching change.
Brett Fox, courtesy runner at first.
The ball has been handed to Nevin Poppy. Poppy will move from 3rd base to pitch. I will tell you this, in the high school game, I hate bringing in a new pitcher with the bases loaded. You put your new guy who's just coming out there cold, and he's got to throw strikes in a high-pressure spot. We'll step aside for this pitching change. Rapids has taken the lead 3-2. There's 1 out in the 6th, and the bases are full of Red Raiders. See what Nevin Poppy can do about that when we come back on Zaleski Sports.
Great Lakes Cheese in Wausau is hiring full-time 2nd and 3rd shifts with competitive starting wages and a pay increase every 90 days during your first year. Great Lakes Cheese invests in their employees. Apply today at jobs.greatlakescheese.com.
We have team members in our lives, whether it's this or that or friends, and he's my team member that look for my best interest. And he said, we're going to get you up walking without the walker. And I'm like, oh, really? And he says, yeah, we are. I'm really grateful from the bottom of my heart to Shai and his staff because they made the impossible seem possible.
Call to set up a free, no obligation evaluation. Next Step Prosthetics, the fit for you.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
The Evergreens opt for Nevin Poppy to take over. The bases are loaded and there's one out. Rapids has taken the lead for the first time this afternoon, 3-2. Ryan Schultz, who had been the Evergreens DH, comes out to the field to play Nevin Poppy's spot at third base. Evergreens infield in as Ethan Dillingham to bat. Cade Felch recorded only one out. Nevin Poppy's first pitch, fly ball, and it's shallow. It's on the infield. This will not get a run in. Jablonski calling and catching. There's the second out. Boy, that's a huge out.
Center fielder for.
Not deep enough. Still on the infield, so the runner does not advance. Jordan Seligowski doubled his last time up, 1 for 3. Extra base hit here blows this thing wide open. Nevin Poppy, long set, coming home, outside, ball 1. Yeah, you know, in high school baseball, in most cases, bases loaded, I like taking the first pitch. See what the pitcher gives you. There's a strike, 1-1. Nevin Poppy stepped off for a moment, walked behind the mound. Back on the bump. 2 outs. Looking to strand the bases loaded. Down low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rapids has already left 8 runners on base. 5 of them in scoring position. 2-1 pitch. Swing and fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Nevin Poppy is looking to strand the 9th, 10th, and 11th Red Raider on base here. Huge couple of pitches coming up. Will this stay a 1-run game? Nevin's coming home. Fouled off. No, this is in play. On the infield. It's going to end the inning. Logan George calling and catching. And the Rapids, Red Raiders, get a run, but leave the bases loaded. An opportunity for more goes by the wayside. Rapids has the lead for the first time, 3-2, bottom of the 6th, when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Selling your car to Doll Auto is quick and easy. Bring your title and keys, and you'll have a check in as little as 30 minutes. Still owe money on your vehicle? No problem. We'll take care of it. Doll Auto. Simple.
I'm Jamie Schley. As your American Family Insurance agent, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing is wrong. Give me a call or stop by our new office location, and let's talk about your insurance needs today.
Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
Welcome back to Simon Field on the DC Everest campus. Rapids now has a 3-2 lead. Evergreens have 6 outs to work with in the 6th and the 7th. Logan George will lead off. 7, 8, and 9 for Everest. I'm kind of surprised that Brett Simonson is out there again to work this 6th inning. In 6 pitches, he will reach his 100 pitch count limit. So he begins the inning at 94 pitches against Logan George. 2 groundouts, 0 for 2 is Logan today. Checks his swing. It's called a strike. Strike 1.
Second baseman, 7, Logan George.
Boy, the Evergreens would do anything to get a leadoff base runner here, trailing by a run. Evergreens have played a lot of close games, but they've won 7 in a row, so those close games have tilted their way. Logan George fouled back to the catcher's mitt. That's strike 2. Checked his swing. He didn't go. In fact, they're going to appeal down to first, and the first base umpire says no. Boy, what you'd really like is a quicker appeal there because that ball got away from the catcher. So if it's judged to be strike 3, you got to give Logan George a chance to run it out down to first base. Instead, 1-2 pitch coming. Boy, that pitch has been a strike for much of the afternoon. Judged to be inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's pitch number 98 for Brett Simonson. That's close too, and the count is full. This pitch will bring Brett Simonson to 100. And this ball is hit, diving into the outfield. A hit, a leadoff hit for Logan George. And that's where Brett Simonson's afternoon is going to come to an end. He's at 100 pitches. So the tying run is aboard. Brett Simonson's got every right to complain. He thought he was squeezed a couple of times on that last sequence. Simonson's day is done. We will introduce you to a new Wisconsin Rapids pitcher when we come right back. Rapids by 1, Evergreens with the tying run aboard and nobody out in the bottom of the 6th, here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Hi, I'm Josh Marks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
I'm Chris Conley, and we'll take a moment to introduce you to the new Wisconsin Rapids pitcher. It's Gage Honeyegger, who comes in from right field. Landon Freeman, who had been the shortstop, goes out to right for Wisconsin Rapids. And we do have a new shortstop for Wisconsin Rapids. We'll just have to determine who that is. I believe that is Landon Jones, who's been in the game already as a pinch runner. I believe it's Landon Jones who goes over to short. George Jablonski to hit once Gage Honeyegger completes his warm-up tosses. Brett Simonson works 5 innings. He allowed 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 2. He stands to be the winning pitcher, but he'll need to leave that runner on the bases stranded. Actually, it is the pitcher, Brett Simonson, who stays in and plays shortstop. So in other words, there are no new faces from this change. Honeyegger in from the outfield to pitch. Freeman to the outfield from shortstop. And Brett Simonson stays in the game at short. Here's George Jablonski. Jablonski is not bunting here and takes strike one. If the Evergreens opted for the sacrifice, they could move that tying run into scoring position here. Now the bunt is on. And pops it up, and it's caught. An unsuccessful sacrifice. So the runner does not advance, and it costs the Evergreens an out. Brennan Hochberger, miracle of miracles, got a successful sacrifice bunt down last at bat. I'm telling you, it's things like that. Not being able to move the runner over, those things cost you ball games. First ball swinging. This is popped up in foul territory. No play. In the on-deck circle, Nevin Poppy, who's 1 for 3 with a double. So dare you sacrifice that runner into scoring position? You've got to have a lot of confidence in Poppy's bat that he can drive him in with 2 outs if the sacrifice is on here. And it is not. It's up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hochberger is 0 for 1. The successful sacrifice bunt in the 4th and a ground out in the 2nd. Rapids thinks the sacrifice may still be on. Jarrett Seligowski, the third baseman, is a full step in at third base. He's a step on the grass. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Reaches out for that one and fouls it away. The count swings to pitcher Gage Honeyegger's favor at 1 ball and 2 strikes. This game has been so close and competitive. I want to see tomorrow. Hit, that's a fair ball down the third base side. It's into left field. Evergreens are going to put the stop sign up for the runner at third base. Big knock for Brennan Hochberger. And with 1 out, the Evergreens have the tying and go-ahead runs on base now.
Pitcher, 9. Nevin Poppy.
Here's Nevin Poppy. Rapids concedes the runner at first base down to second. So the Evergreens now have 2 in scoring position for Nevin Poppy. Down low for a ball. I get the feeling that Nevin loves spots like this. This is the equivalent of a basketball team where someone just is dying to take the last shot. A hit to the outfield could give the lead right back to the Evergreens, could flip the script in this game. Off the bat, shallow right field, a long run, it's down, and the Evergreens have tied the game. Bounces in front of the right fielder. Kind of seeing eyeball into the sun. A tough look for our Zaleski Sports camera, but Nevin Poppy has just driven in the run that ties this ball game, 3 apiece. And there's only 1 out, so the Evergreens may not be done yet. Logan George, who opened up the inning with a single, comes around to score, and there are runners at first and third. Evergreen's tendency is to double steal. Ty Rohde is 0 for 3 today. Double steal is on. It is cut off. 2 in scoring position. Called a strike back at home plate. Hochberger at third. Poppy now at second. We were tied at 2-2, and we're tied at 3-3 now. fouled off the first base side. In fact, Rapids may have a play on this. And it drops in fair territory. It blew back into fair territory and dropped between the pitcher and first baseman. No out is recorded. That's got to be scored a hit for Ty Rohde. Didn't touch anyone's glove.
Catcher.
No run scores, but what should have been the second out. Bases are full. Hochberger at third, Poppy at second, and a gift to allow Ty Rohde to first base. Here's Cole Van Slyke. First ball swinging, and it's hit to right field. Is it over the right fielder's head? It is. Up against the wall. The Evergreens retake the lead. 1-2 runs are in. Cole Van Slyke, first ball swinging, delivers big time. Evergreens retake the lead 5-3. Yeah, Cole Van Slyke is the Evergreens' biggest bat so far in this season. Drives in 2 there with a well-hit ball to right. So now it is Rapids that is down to their final 3 outs when they come up in the 7th. Jack Dvorak to hit here. Evergreens looking for some more. Infield plays in. Dvorak first ball swinging right over it. Strike 1. Dvorak a single, a walk, and a fly out. So now Gage Honeyacre on in relief, and this is another hit. To right field, 1 run is in. The Evergreens are going to try and score a second. Will there be a play at the plate? It's cut off. 2 runs are in. And Dvorak advances up to second on the throw. Jack Dvorak with a 2 RBI single. The Evergreens have broken this thing open. A 5 spot here in the home half of the 6th. 7-3. Rapids is going to make a pitching change. Rapids had the lead for the blink of an eye. Had a 3-2 lead. Evergreens tally 5 runs here in the 6th. Let's see who Rapids is going to send out. They're going to go to a new pitcher. Gage Honeyacre stands to be the losing pitcher now. Gets Cade Felch off the hook.
Landon Jones, new pitcher.
Landon Jones will be the 3rd pitcher used by Rapids here. Gage Honeyacre will go back to right field. Still only 1 out. So Gage Honeyacre works only 1/3 of an inning. Surrendered 4 hits. Evergreens have taken back the hit column, 9-7. Ryan Schultz will be first to hit against Landon Jones once Jones, a right-hander, takes his warm-up tosses. Yeah, this game makes me want to see tomorrow's game in Wisconsin Rapids. This has been a fun one. Couple of lead changes. I mean, a loss today for either of these teams doesn't sink their season at all. What either one of these teams wants to avoid is being swept, and it looks like it'll be Wisconsin Rapids that has to avoid being swept tomorrow. The Evergreens got back-to-back 2 RBI hits from Cole Van Slyke, a 2 RBI double, and then a 2 RBI single from Jack Dvorak. We had figured that this game would go super fast with number 1 pitchers for both teams. Instead, 2 hours and 15 minutes, and we're not done yet. Ryan Schultz struck out his first time. One out here. A strike to Schultz. from Landon Jones. Runner at second for the Evergreens. It's another RBI possibility. That's fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes. Jones to Schultz. Gets away. Catcher had a little trouble locating that ball. Was up the third base side. It's a wild pitch to move the runner over. A ball and 2 strikes. Now there's another run out there at third base for the Evergreens. This ball is bounced off the plate. It's in play. The runner at third is not advancing. There's no out recorded. That's an error. Error on the pitcher, Landon Jones. A 4th error for Rapids today.
For the
Evergreens are sending up a pinch hitter.
Caden Allen.
Caden Allen will hit. Allen becomes the 9th Evergreen to hit in this very productive bottom. Rapids will need to come up with 4 runs to keep the game going. They have 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order due to hit in the 7th inning. This is a fly ball. Second baseman calling and catching. Ethan Dillingham has just brought the inning to an end. But boy, the Evergreens are heard from.
That's only 2 outs.
Beg your pardon, that's only 2 outs? Yeah. Only 2 outs.
Second baseman, 7. Logan George.
Here's Logan George. Logan George started off this inning with a hit off Brett Simonson. It brought Simonson to 100 pitches for the day. So Logan George today is 1 for 3. Home plate umpire just stepped out and just said something to the Everest bench. I believe he said, "Guys, come on." Not sure what that's all about. This ball has also popped up. It's behind second base. And now the inning has come to a close. The Evergreens tally 5 times. They now lead Wisconsin Rapids 7-3, and they'll look to close out the Red Raiders when we come right back on Zaleski Sports.
Heading to the top of the 7th, DC Everest 7, Wisconsin Rapids 3.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
Last chance for Wisconsin Rapids. We go to the top of the 7th. They now trail 7-3, allowing 5 runs in the 6th inning. Nevin Poppy will look to get these final outs. Jarrett Seligowski to lead off. In between innings, John Denver. Thank God I'm a country boy. I got a chance to see John Denver in concert before he passed away in an aviation accident.
18. Jarrett Seligowski.
I kind of got dragged along to the John Denver concert. He was performing outdoors in upstate New York and wound up having a very good time, even though I wasn't sure that I would. Jarrett Seligowski, a double, a walk, and a ground out. First ball swinging and fouls that off against Nevin Poppy. Foul back, strike one. John Denver lost his life in the crash of an experimental aircraft that he built in his garage. I believe it was powered by bed sheets for wings. Not kidding, bed sheets and a lawnmower engine. Down low, it's 1 ball and 1 strike, and Cole O'Brien is nicked up again. You know what? When it comes to my aviation, I don't want anything experimental. When Mr. Chris is flying, experimental and aviation do not go together. Yeah, if the Cole O'Brien family is serving lemonade tonight, there will be no ice cubes available. Cole O'Brien's going to be first person to the freezer. Just missed inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. You know what? If Rapids doesn't have a big comeback in them, Nevin Poppy may indeed be our post-game interview. He's got 2 hits today. Left the bases loaded in the 6th. This is a ground ball to third. Schultz has to throw across and throws it away. Third Everest error today. Throwing error cost 2 bases. Jarrett Seligowski chugs into second.
Baseman, 21. Eli Grapp.
4 errors for Rapids, 3 for the Evergreens. Eli Graff's been hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 2. Yeah, you know what? This game has kind of turned a little bit wild in the late innings. If I'm Rapids, I'm not giving up in this game. I'm not saying, oh, we're down by 4 and this one's gotten away from us. No, that shouldn't be the thinking here, not one bit. Just low, ball 1. And again, home plate umpire now looked over to the Rapids bench. That was a call that was favorable to Rapids. 1 ball and no strikes. Fouled off, 1-1. Everest 3 outs away from running their winning streak to 8 wins in a row. Evergreen to be all alone in first place in the Wisconsin Valley Conference, which is where they started play today. They'll move 2 games ahead of the Red Raiders, and we don't know what Stevens Point is doing today, so potentially 1 game ahead of Spash. But you got to get all the outs, and there's still no one out here in the top of the 7th. It's 2-1. And this is popped up, foul territory. There's a play at third base. Schultz fighting the ball and made the catch. That was an adventure. Schultz a little uncertain getting under that, and he has recorded the first out.
Catcher, 10. Silas Cronkrite.
Silas Cronkrite to hit. Silas has 2 hits, a single and a triple. Got a chance here to be the only player to have 3 hits in today's game. First time against Nevin Poppy, a little high, ball 1. Nevin Poppy's retired 3 of the 4 batters that he's faced. That runner at second base is on via an error. So Nevin Poppy has not allowed a hit since coming on in relief. On the outside corner, 1-1. Riley Pazar and the Riley Pazar Fan Club all arriving at the press box at the same time. 1-1 here. Line drive to left center field. Long run, and it's down. Rapids will get a run in. A long double. Silas has 3 hits today. So the Evergreens' 4-run lead shrinks to 3 runs. Justin Tibbetts will hit. Courtesy runner comes out here.
Courtesy runner number 23,
Caden Shalinsky will courtesy run. The runner at second. 1 out, and here's Justin Tibbetts, a single and 2 strikeouts. His first time against Nevin Poppy. His first ball swinging, it's popped up foul and out of play.
Justin Tibbetts.
Nevin Poppy with a long set. Coming home at 0-1. Fouled off, hit him in the batter's box. Strike 2. Rapids has not had the opportune hitting that they were looking for. Twice in the game they've left runners at second and third, and they've left the bases loaded. 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Jablonski over to third. They'll tag him out. You know what? The right play over there was to first base. Evergreen still recorded an out. That's what's important. Jablonski saw the runner crossing right in front of him, and that's the second out made on the bases. Jablonski to Schultz is the second out.
Number 9, Landon Freeman re-entering.
Landon Freeman will hit as Rapids is down to their final out. Freeman's been stranded at third base twice. Again, Rapids has had chances to put up more than the 4 runs that they've had in this game. Foul back. Strike 1. Nevin Poppy looking to close the door on the Red Raiders. He's ahead in the count 0-1. Long set. Coming home. Aimed that. Bounces off Cole Van Slyke. That bounced off the chest protector, just as Cole would want it. One and one here. Long set, coming home. That's strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes. Rapids facing kind of a quiet bus ride home. Two outs, and here's Nevin Poppy's 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. And Landon Freeman will see another. So Rapids will try and put a loss on the Evergreens tomorrow down at the Wisconsin Rapids Baseball Complex. Stevie Maves on the mic for our Zaleski Sports call of that game. One-two pitch, fly ball, right field. It's in foul territory, and it's too long a run for Dvorak. It'll fall harmlessly in foul territory. Freeman steps out for a moment. Now he's ready to go. Evergreens retook the lead with 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. When the inning began, they were trailing 3-2. Just high, and the game continues. Nevin Poppy looked in. He was running towards the dugout like he thought that was strike 3. Coming home. Fouled back. Yeah, Rapids took a lead with a run in the top of the 6th inning. The game was tied 2-2. Rapids got a run in and led 3-2. Then the Evergreens, a 6-hit, 5-run inning in the 6th, which is the difference in this one right now. Down low. Count's full now. The runner at first is irrelevant, but a walk here would bring the tying run to the plate. Rapids in never say die mode. Runner takes off. Call strike 3, ball game. Nevin Poppy has struck out Landon Freeman. Rapids started the 7th trailing 7-3. They got 1 run in, and the final score is 7-4. Rapids left 12 runners on base in this ball game. Their 4 errors did not help the cause either. The Evergreens winning streak goes to 8 games. They are now 8-3 and are 5-0 in conference. Rapids falls to 3-2 in league play and 6-6 overall. The Evergreens 7 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and left 9 on base. Rapids 4 runs, 8 hits, and 4 errors. And as we mentioned, they've left 12 runners on base. For Everest fans, it's a happy recap. Rapids will try again tomorrow when they will have home field advantage. Stay tuned for our Merrill Steel postgame show. Consider moving your career to one of the largest growing fabrication companies in the upper Midwest. Apply at merrillsteel.com. I'm Chris Conley. Thank you for joining us for our Zaleski Sports play-by-play coverage. Evergreens came from behind for a 7-4 win over the Wisconsin Rapids Red Raiders. Postgame next on Zaleski Sports.
Merrill Steel welcomes you as you join us in a virtual tour. Our main facility in Schofield, Wisconsin covers an area of roughly 46 acres and is home to our company headquarters. From this location, paired with our facilities in Comanche, Iowa and Springfield, Missouri, we are able to easily fulfill the needs of the industry nationwide. With nearly 1 million square feet of combined space between our 3 facilities, we are able to take on some of the biggest and most complex jobs, making us one of the top 5 steel fabricators in the country. We employ the best of the best welders, those who can weld efficiently with both metal core and flux core, and who aren't afraid to work hard. We also offer on-the-job training, so even beginner welders can learn the ropes and help us build it big. As a backup to our dedicated weld fab team, we have a robotic welder. Merrill Steel is the 4th in the U.S. to have gotten one, keeping us on the leading edge of technology. With the combination of both man and machine, no job is too big to handle, but they'd have no work on their hands without our machine operators. Where our fabrication process really begins is here. Our skilled machine ops team is responsible for bringing in the raw steel. Be it sawing, cutting, drilling, or punching, they make sure the steel is in the correct shape and size for our fab teams. As an addition to the machine ops team, we've recently purchased multiple Python X machines. These handy systems have given us increased productivity, unmatched cut quality, and predictable and consistent throughput. Moving away from fabrication, we come to our coating department. One of the unique benefits of working with Merrill Steel is our in-house blasting and painting capabilities. Many projects require a complex coating system, and that's where we shine above the competition. We regularly apply corrosion-resistant coating in-house, as well as intumescent fire protection when needed. We hold the endorsement for sophisticated paint and coating from AISC. This, along with our NACE certified inspectors, ensure a high-quality finish for every piece. The loading and staging process, sandwiched between the end of production and shipping, is an important important step in the fabrication process. Within a moment's notice, we are able to handle and place an entire load onto a trailer for quick delivery to a job site. Finally, the last stage in our process is shipping. Our transit company, Merrill Steel Transit Services, is a wholly owned subsidiary of Merrill Steel Incorporated, consisting of more than 20 state-of-the-art trucks designed for transporting oversized and overweight shipments, along with hundreds of trailers ranging from 48-foot flatbeds to heavy-haul Jeep and booster combinations. We employ only the most highly skilled professional drivers, highly experienced mechanics, and knowledgeable office staff who work as a team to provide cost-effective service in a timely manner. Our shipping fleet is a major reason why we are able to be competitive throughout North America, including the contiguous 48 states, Alaska, and Canada. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about us. We look forward to having you join us in building it big.
Evergreens are 7-4 winners today, and they extend their winning streak to 8 games. Coach, this game kind of changed from the early innings to the late innings. Looked like a pitcher's duel, runs would be hard to come by, and then it's freewheeling from the 6th and 7th. I was worried what would happen after the Rapids Red Raiders took the 3-2 lead. You guys answer with a 5 spot.
Yeah, they came into the dugout, and I was wondering the same thing. I just asked them, what kind of character you got? What do you got? And we've done that a couple times this year. I wouldn't bet against these guys, and we do a nice job, and they do a nice job at the plate. They listen and follow through with what we're telling them in practice, and it's worked out well for us so far.
Your pitching today won the big spots in the game. Twice Rapids had runners at second and third, left the bases loaded later in the innings. So in a lot of high leverage spots, it was Everest pitching that came through.
Yeah, they executed well in those situations. We just didn't get our breaking stuff over early in the game, and that kind of got us in some trouble, and it kind of carried through, and we'll bounce back.
Turn it around for their place tomorrow. The Evergreens are now perfect 5-0 in Wisconsin Valley Conference play, all alone in first place. Coach, thanks a lot. Nevin Poppy to my right. Nevin, I thought the biggest moment of the ball game, you're called in to pitch. The bases are loaded, and you got out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of came back to the dugout after we put up, right going into when they scored 2 in the 5th, I think. Whenever I came in there, I asked Coach, I was like, hey, can I throw? Because just like last year at our place, I came in here against Rapids. I love pitching against these guys, competitive edges. It really gets me going, so I was happy to pitch.
A couple of nice hits, too. You had a long one to left field that went over the left fielder's head. That was nice contact.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I thought I put it out of there. And then all of a sudden, Greg's like, it's not gone. The wind's blowing in, it's blowing in. And I was like, oh, no, I got to start running. So I got on my horse there.
All right, so Nevin Poppy's in a high-leverage spot and wins the pitching battle and is also in the 2-hit club today, so this is a nice game. Yeah. The team's got to have a lot of confidence now. Open the season with 3 losses and come back with 8 wins in a row.
Yeah, I mean, this team, we had a good brotherhood last year, but this team has came together like I never thought we would, honestly. And we lost those first 3, and I think all of us kind of thought we were in trouble here, and then we won 1, and then all of a sudden it was 1 game. Our confidence just flies, and now we're rolling. We don't plan on stopping anytime soon here.
Evergreens trailed 3-2 going to the bottom of the 6th, and they flipped the script in this game with a 5 spot, went on to a 7-4 win. That's going to wrap us up from Simon Field. Evergreens and Rapids again tomorrow, a 5 o'clock game on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Thanks for joining us on Zaleski Sports. Good night, everybody. In the house, right up there.
I'm Nevin Poppy, and I'm in the house.
Nevin, thanks for coming over. Of course.